There's a difference between a player who plays to win and a player who plays not to lose. And if you've watched your son or daughter hesitate at the wrong moment, pass up an open shot, or defer when the game was right there, just asking them to step up, you already know which one they're operating as right now. And here's the part that's hard to sit with. It's probably not because they lack talent. It's because they've never been given a real framework for when it's their turn to go. I played 4 years professionally. I've been in locker rooms where some of the most talented players in the world were shrinking because nobody taught them this. I've coached over 100 varsity players and their families through the varsity performance system, and the players who break through, the ones who college coaches actually call first, are almost never the most talented. They're the most decisive. They know when to attack, and they trust their reads when most players are still thinking about it. That is a skill, and it's completely teachable. And it starts with a distinction that most parents and coaches never make. Now, quick heads up before we dive in. You'll see the script on the screen as we go, and I'll be walking through it with you. I'll mostly be reading from it, but I'll pause at times to expand and share examples and give you real situations I see all the time with the families that I've worked with and the moments that I've had over my career and the careers of the NBA pros that I've been around since day one. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Trey Mourning. I'm a former professional basketball player both here in the United States and overseas. And today I work with serious basketball families across the United States, helping players bridge the gap between having the skills and actually performing when it matters. Now, I primarily work with guards, ball handlers, decision makers. And the reason is simple. When your son or daughter can handle the ball, they can go anywhere on that court. They're not waiting for their number to be called. They're not restricted by a position or a scheme. They create their own opportunities. That's the foundation. That's what turns the foundation into results. Now, I already know what some of you are saying right now. My son or daughter is confident. They just don't want to be selfish. They don't want to force it. And I want to say something directly to that, because I respect it and I've heard it more times than I can count. That's not humility. That is fear wearing humility's jersey. And right now, it's costing your player on the floor every single night. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what separates a confident player from an arrogant one, why your son or daughter's hesitation has nothing to do with their character and everything to do with their training, and what you can do as a parent starting today to help them shift it. Here's the urgency. College coaches are not just watching highlight reels anymore. They're watching decision patterns. Who takes the right shot in the right moment? The players who get looked at are the ones who play with conviction. That window is right now. That's why I'm going to give you what I call the attack principle. A clear framework for when aggression is the right play. How to execute it without ego, without recklessness, and without losing the trust of the coaches and teammates around you. 3 things. The first one is the most important reframe I can give you. Confidence is a skill, not a personality trait. We talk about confidence like it's hardwired, like your son or daughter either has it or they don't. But confidence on a basketball court is built the exact same way every other skill is built, through repetition, through decision-making under pressure, and through having a clear framework that tells a player when to go and when to wait. Without that framework, players default to one or two extremes. They force everything regardless of the read. That's ego without skill. Or they defer every single time because they're afraid to make the wrong decision. And that's fear dressed up as unselfishness. Neither one is confidence. Confidence lives in the middle. It is a trained response. The varsity performance roadmap I build for every player in the program starts here. Before we touch a single skill, we build decision rules, Clear, simple triggers that tell a player, in this situation, you go. In this situation, you make the right pass and get to your spot. I had a player come to me named Trey. We had the same name. He had been through different programs, changed high schools a couple times. His family was trying everything, different coaches, different environments, wondering if maybe the answer was therapy or mindset work or just finding the right situation. He had the skills, he had the ability. The issue wasn't effort. It was that nobody had spoken with him in the right way yet. We changed that quickly. He had his first 40-point game when he joined the program. He's now playing college basketball. And then there was Cohen. He came in averaging about 5 to 6 points a game. We had one session together in a group, one. The following weekend, less than 7 days later, he scored more points in that tournament than he had in his whole junior high season combined. He had 23 points on Saturday and 24 in the first half on Sunday. He finished that game with 31 points. His parents had been asking all the right questions. Should I back off? Am I saying the wrong things? Does he need to put in more work? And the answer was none of that. It wasn't more work that was going to fix this. It was the right words from the right person at the right time. That's what's changed everything. Not their talent, their belief in their own reads. Remember this. You don't discover confidence. You build it. And you can start building it today. The second thing is the distinction that changes everything. Playing to win versus playing not to lose. Playing to win means your son or daughter is making decisions based on what the moment requires. They read the gap and they attack it. Every choice comes from presence. What does this play need from me right now? Playing not to lose means every decision is filtered through fear of the wrong outcome. Don't turn it over. Don't get pulled out of the game. Don't give anyone a reason to question you. And when your player is in that mode, even if their effort is real, even if they're working hard, they're still playing small, and you see it on the sidelines as a parent. The game is happening to them instead of them playing the game. Now, here's the part I need every parent watching this to really hear. A lot of what we say from the sidelines and even in the car on the way home is accidentally training our player to play, not to lose. Don't force it. Just make the right play. Stop taking those shots. Every one of those instructions comes from love, but what your son or daughter hears is the wrong decision will cost you. And now there is a judge sitting in the back of their mind evaluating every touch of the ball instead of a player competing freely. The players who play to win have been given permission to do so. Permission to be wrong. Permission to take the shot even if it doesn't fall. Permission to attack because the read was correct, even when the result wasn't perfect. Remember this. The most powerful thing you can do as a parent is not give more instruction in the moment. It's to give more permission before the moment comes. The third thing is where confidence and ego become two completely different things. Real aggression is read-based, not emotion-based. Ego-based aggression says, I want the ball, I want the shot, I want to be the one who makes it happen. It's emotional, it's reactive, it can come and it can go. And it breaks down the moment things stop going the right way. Read-based aggression says, the defense gave me this, I'm taking it. The numbers say go, I'm going. When your son or daughter attacks a closeout, it's not because they decided they deserved a shot. It's because they read the defender's momentum. And the math said, go. When they push in transition, it's not because they want to score. It's because hesitation would waste the advantage the team just created. That is confident basketball. That is the attack principle working exactly the way it's supposed to. And here's what this means, particularly for you as a parent. You can reinforce this at home without coaching the game. Instead of, why did you force that? Try, what did you see that made you go? Instead of, you should have passed, try, what was the read in that moment? You're not letting them off the hook. You're training them to think like a player, like a professional who owns their decisions on and off the court. Remember this: preparation kills pressure. The only reason pressure feels heavy is because a player isn't ready for it. When the right systems are in place, the game becomes execution, not panic, not guessing, just flipping the switch and what you've already prepared for. So here's your recap from today. 1, confidence is a skill. It's built through clear decision frameworks, not discovered one day when your son or daughter finally feels ready. 2, playing to win versus playing not to lose is a mental posture. And the way you speak to your player about the game is either building that posture or quietly dismantling it without either of you knowing. And 3, real aggression is read-based. That's what separates the player coach's trust in the fourth quarter from the one they can't quite give the ball to when it matters. If you watched the last video about playing out of position and now this one, you're starting to see the full picture of what's actually happening with your player's development. It's not about drills. It's not about more work. It's about having the right system, one built specifically for where they are right now, where they need to be. That is exactly what I built for families inside the Varsity Performance System. If you're the kind of parent who thinks in years, not weekends, who wants to be a real partner in your player's development, not just a check writer, I want to have a conversation with you. The link is in the description. Come and talk to me. Let's see if we're the right fit for one another. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. There's a lot more where this came from. We'll talk soon. Peace.